We can think of a workspace as a project where we are going to be able to store all the workflows, blocks, variables that we are building when we are working with Versur. Now, on the other hand, when we think about a workflow, we can think of it as a single pipeline where we have multiple blocks connected inside a workspace or inside a project. We can think of it like this kind of graph that we are building and deploying or running within a workspace. So let's see how the interface looks for that. So right now, if you're checking by default Versur, when you're going to open Versur, you're going to have this one single node being created or block created. We are just going to focus here on the folder structure that you have here. As you can see here, we have workspace and we can create multiple workspaces. So this, you can think again of workspace as projects. We can create a new workspace just by clicking on create. And that's going to create a complete new workspace. As you can see, workspace 19. And within a workspace, you see we have workflows, and we can create then different kind of workflows inside a project. I simply just go new agent workflow, and that's going to create for me a completely new workflow. We have also ways of renaming this in case that it's important for you to name this, let's say design exploration, because perhaps we have different kind of goals for these projects. We're going to create another one, and we're going to call it code review. So we can then create projects. And within those projects, we have different kind of workflows that perhaps have different kind of purpose. And we can switch between workflows just like that and workspaces just like that. Now, another interesting aspect here is that, let's say we are inside the design exploration workspace. If you go here to workflows, we can create as many workflows as we want. And we can also rename those workflows and then just accept. We can also duplicate if we want just by pressing here. And that's going to automatically duplicate the workflow. You can delete it just by clicking at the delete button. I'll just be careful just because once you delete it, you cannot undo it. The same happens also with the workspaces. You have to be more careful just because once you delete the workspace, it's going to automatically delete all the workflows that you have in their workspace. But that's why here, this one is also prompting you to type in exactly the workspace you want to delete, workflows that are inside this workspace. I'm just going to delete this. And as you can see now, we don't have any longer the code review workspace. So all the workflows that were inside the workspace code review got deleted. Now, another interesting aspect here is that we can also create folders, and this allows us to create a sort of hierarchy and allows us to group things. For example, I can have this and I can drag inside the folder. If I click on the folder, it's going to collapse it. I can create new workflows and then can create new folders to allow me to organize this. So I can drag my certain agents in there. Yes, I'm just going to drag it in. So this allows you then to manage a project, allows you to create workflows inside a project, and then allows you to manage the workflows.